welcome to our next junior algebra video. We're going to continue talking about solving quadratic equations. In this video, we're going to step into the world of solving quadratic equations that are in factored form. Remember, factored form means they're inside two brackets. All right, example 1. We're going to solve this equation. The first bracket is x minus 3 and the second bracket is x minus 7. And that's all equal to 0. So remember, when we have two brackets in algebra, it means the first bracket multiplied by the second bracket. So we have x minus 3 times x minus 7 is equal to 0. Right. Now, we could have the first bracket could be 0, because if the first bracket was 0, it doesn't matter what the second bracket is, 0 times something would be 0. Or it could be the second bracket is 0. Doesn't matter what the first bracket is, something times 0 makes 0. So one of the brackets needs to be 0 in order for the whole thing to become 0. They both could be 0, by the way. So we're basically looking to see what will make x minus 3 equal to 0 or x minus 7 equal to 0. Now let's look at the x minus 3 equal to 0. The number would be 3, because 3 minus 3 would make it 0. So if I put x equal to 3, 3 minus 3 would make the first bracket 0. If I looked at the second bracket and put the number 7, 7 minus 7 would be 0, and the second bracket would become 0, which would make the whole thing 0. So my two possible answers are 3 or 7. And remember, there are two solutions for a quadratic, and I've found two solutions. So, key thing, quadratic equation always has two solutions. Right, let's move on to example 2. Let's solve this one. X plus 2 times x plus 6 is 0. So, my first bracket is x plus 2 times my second bracket, x plus 6 is 0. So something times something is 0. So my first bracket could be 0, or my second bracket could be 0. So my first bracket, x plus 2, could be 0, or my second bracket, x plus 6, could be 0. So to make the first bracket 0, I'd have to put negative 2 in there. Negative 2 plus 2 makes 0. For my second bracket, something plus 6 to be 0, I would have to make it negative 6, because negative 6 plus 6 makes 0. So my two possible answers are negative 2 or negative 6. Right, now that you're starting to get the hang of this, it gets a little easier. Let's solve this third one, x plus 9 and x minus 1 equal to 0. We're finding two solutions. So our first bracket, x plus 9, and my second bracket, x minus 1. Well, I'm saying x plus 9 is 0 and x minus 1 is 0. Well, my first solution is negative 9, because negative 9 plus 9 makes 0. And my second solution is going to be positive 1, because 1 minus 1 is 0. Now, as you suddenly realize, if I have a plus 9 in the brackets, one of my solutions is minus 9. If I have a minus 1 in brackets, one of my solutions is positive 1. So you'll start to realize the solutions are the opposite signs to the numbers in the brackets. Right, let's look at example 4. Let's solve x minus 12 times x plus 2 is 0. So x minus 12, the solution is positive 12, because 12 minus 12 makes 0. And if I have an x plus 2, my solution is minus 2, because minus 2 plus 2 makes 0. So my two solutions are 12 and negative 2. All right, thanks very much for watching.